I'd like to propose a question. When it comes to video games, would you consider monetization of in-game content to be predatory? I'm sure we've all bought DLCs for our favorite games, whether it be a cool skin or a new character. Could this practice be considered predatory, seeing as you've already spent money on the game? What if said game is free to play, where you're never expected to drop a dime on it? I would like to talk about one such game, Genshin Impact, a well-regarded action role-playing game that comes at the cost of nothing, but that might be exactly how the company lures you in. Genshin Impact is a game that was released on September 28, 2020, to unprecedented acclaim, catching the attention of gamers across the globe. This video game's release would cause the company, MiHoYo, to skyrocket in popularity, bringing attention to every product and every release that they may bring in the future. Before the popularity of Genshin Impact, MiHoYo was known for their game Honkai Impact 3rd, another free-to-play action role-playing game. Genshin Impact is known to this day as an incredible adventure game with an immaculately written story, hooking the many players in as they journey through the world while hitting every story beat. Players of Genshin Impact have the option of forming a 4-character team, using the 7 elements found in the game that are Pyro, Cryo, Dendro, Animo, Hydro, Geo, and Electro. These elements function as a base for forming your team, as they all react differently with each other. With a wide roster of characters, players can enjoy theory crafting and using each one to their fullest in specific team builds. The many characters and weapons are obtained in an in-game system known as wishing, allowing you to try your luck at earning the character or weapon through a gacha or a loot box styled system. Wishing requires many different forms of currency. You start with an item called Primo Gems. These get converted into 2 different currencies such as Acquaint Fates or Intertwined Fates, depending on the type of wish you want to do. Primo Gems and the 2 fates can be earned through playing the game and doing many different tasks, such as quests, opening chests, leveling up, and more. People argue that having so many different currencies can cause stress, as it's hard to keep track of the conversion rates and the cost of the wishes themselves. Another currency that you can find in the game are Genesis Crystals, one that you have to pay for with your real money. These Genesis Crystals are converted at a 1-to-1 ratio into Primo Gems. In the wishing system itself, you will find 3 different rarities of items, 3 stars, 4 stars, and 5 stars, with 5 stars being exceptionally rare. The gacha-styled way you acquire weapons and characters can be related to gambling, as you're not always guaranteed to get what you're looking for. Your chances of acquiring a 5-star character or weapon while wishing are typically 0.6%. That is until you reach your 90th wish, where you're guaranteed a 5-star drop. This is typically called a pity system, allowing you a chance to get what you're after. Genshin also features a system called limited banners, where certain weapons and characters are allowed to be pulled for a few weeks. This system can cause a feeling of scarcity in a digital item, causing stress and a sense of missing out if you don't wish while you can. This practice can make players feel like they have to spend money so they don't miss out on their chance to acquire a certain character or weapon during the time frame that they've been given. While it is possible to earn currency in-game through simple play, it can be hard to keep up with the constant releases of characters and weapons. This can make players anxious about not playing enough to wish for the characters they want and can entice them to put money into the game. Genshin Impact receives frequent updates, constantly adding new content that allows players to earn currency, but also adding to that feeling of missing out, as it's never enough currency to keep up with the stream of characters and weapons also being added. On average, Genshin Impact earns $6 million every single day, just from players putting their money into the game. It can be argued that MiHoYo puts this money back into the game, funding future endeavors, such as development costs and future projects that they may have planned. By Genshin's 2nd anniversary, $500 million would be sunk into it as development costs, making it the most expensive game ever made. In those first 2 years, Genshin Impact has earned a massive amount of $3.7 billion from player spending. That is nearly $500 million every 6 months since the game has been released. Despite the amount of money they put back into their game, it's easy for players to feel disenfranchised over where their money may be going after they've spent it. It's possible to argue that a gacha-styled system can be harmful, as it can fuel gambling addictions in people who need a quick dopamine rush. Another harmful part of a system like this is if a player doesn't get what they had wanted, they will feel as if they have to put their money in so they don't miss out. This fear can be extremely harmful and can cause players to spend money that they shouldn't otherwise spend, causing significant problems in those who are not well off. This brings me back to my question at hand. Is it harmful for a company to have in-game purchasable content? For those of you who have spent money on a video game's content, do you feel like your money went to the right place? Have you ever regretted your decision to make an in-game purchase after the fact, feeling like you had to do it and only after realized you were tricked? Let me know what you think.